Hi YouTube. I found something online that I wanted to share with my DIY YouTubing audience. It's a very nice manual tapping machine meant for cutting nice threads in a metal or hard plastic, and I bought it because my boat needs a bunch of holes tapped. They're like 5/16 with 18 threads per inch holes tapped in 3/8 inch thick 304 stainless, okay, which is notoriously difficult to drill and tap. We'll go ahead and use the drill press to cut the holes, but then we were left with figuring out how we were going to tap, and there's probably 40 holes that we need to tap, so it's a big job, and we needed it done with precise threads, quickly, efficiently, and without breaking off taps or ruining work pieces. Every time you break off a tap in a workpiece, you got to throw the workpiece out as well, and 304 stainless doesn't come cheap these days. One of the biggest contributors to broken taps in this material is when the threads are cut off a square. And even with a starting tap, it can be difficult to get such a hard material, to get the tap to start squarely in the material. So this tapping machine solves that. And if you think about it, many times we think about manual tools, it sort of gives us the notion that they're not the best solution for the task. For example, if you try to cut a 2x4 with a hand saw, and the cut won't be straight. In two planes it won't be straight unless you use some kind of a jig like a miter box. Well, tapping holes by hand using a T-handle is even less precise than cutting wood with a hand saw, and so it can take a long time to accomplish. And again, you will be clearly lucky not to break taps off. So this machine is sort of the perfect jig. I don't think of it as a compromise just because it's a manual tool. It's just the right tool for the job. I also believe this particular machine is a real value. I bought it off eBay from seller allindustrialtoolsupply, who I have no relationship with. They list this as the All Industrial 11980. That's All Industrial 11980 hand tapper. But on the label here it says xcut, so made in China. So you probably find it under other different brand names, but this guy on eBay selling it for what I think was a pretty good price. The delivered price, including free shipping, was only $129.95. Now, this is not a lightweight tool. It probably weighs 30 pounds, maybe more. And for $130, I think it's a $30 shipping fee right there. So, that really leaves the cost of this tool at only $100. For the time and trouble this is going to save me going forward, as well as having more precision threads and a better job at the end of the day. This is a real bargain, and I ordered this on Sunday, September 16, and All Industrial Tool Supply had it on my doorstep by Thursday, September 20th. So that's fast shipping. So obviously they have a U.S. based supply, and it's not like drop ship from China like some of these things can be at these low prices. So it arrived in good condition with all the parts present and coated in machine preservation oil. This discoloration here is just machine preservation oil. If I take some WD-40 or whatever, it'll come right off. The assembly of the tool was very simple to figure out using the included English parts diagram. Shows you how all the parts fit together. Pretty obvious for a simple machine like this. Now, each separately purchased tap has a different shaft diameter, just like drill bits have a different shaft diameter. And this unit comes with 9 SAE tap adapters up to 5/8 inch, and they're stored on this tool rack back here. Each of these adapters has a square, I don't know if you can see it or not through the hole, it has a square casting in the back, so that when the tap sits in this device and you screw the set screw in, the set screw is not what stops the tap from rotating in the tool. This square casting that's doing that. So you put once you put the tap into this adapter, you end up with this unit. Here's a 1/4-20 attached to its correct size adapter with the little set screw, and you just put those in, back in the tool adapter just like that. You don't ever take them out. So when you're ready to put a new tap in, it's just a matter of clipping it in place. Now that has a very nice feel to it. very positive click. So somebody took their time. They didn't make you take a set screw and tighten that down there. It's really more of got a professional feel to the tool because of these kind of features. As you can see, it has a shaft unloader. So there's this counterweight back here, which is adjustable. So you can change how much shaft load you want on there, and it's a nice feature because when you're moving your work around in between, tapping operations, it would be nice to not have this tool falling down on your hands all the time. And if this wasn't here, this is pretty heavy. It would be sliding down this, the bearings, and it would be, all over you. You'd have to find some way to keep it up off you. But that's a very simple, elegant solution to that problem at hand. The unit also has an adjustable work vise that also has an adjustment not only in sliding but in width. The width adjustment can either be small or remove the knurled nut, which is a big old nice knurled nut, and then you can move the the jaws out however far you want them, and of course the whole thing slides, and then you can tighten the whole thing down. Okay, so your work will center on that nicely, and you'll be able to have your work stay down. There's also a zert fitting in the side for greasing up the main shaft, and there's also a, I don't know if you can see that. Let me zoom in. There's also a depth of, like a depth stopper. So you see it right there. It's an adjustable depth stopper. So if you're doing something like blind threads or something like that, or even through hole threading, and you want the tap to stop at a certain location, you can adjust it there. The unit also, I'm going to pick the camera up for this. The unit also has, let me get the zoom back out here. The unit also has mounting holes that are recessed on either side, and so a lot of nice features on this tool. Nothing fancy, but pretty much everything you need, and built like very, very heavy. This is definitely going to be something that lasts a lifetime. Properly taken care of, keep it from rusting and all those sorts of things. But this is really, I'm going to enjoy tapping those holes with this new tool that I got off eBay. So anyways, I hope others get some value out of knowing that this tool exists and all the features that it provides. Thanks.